Yeah, B. Talk your shit.
Let me upgrade you.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Whitney's Pink Clouds. In today's video, we're doing our final installment of Mindfulness Mondays. So, if you didn't hear, I had to skip last week for a number of different reasons, but it's fine because we're going to combine the last two videos into one, so we're still finishing on time. And this is going to be like my last video about specifically about mindfulness for a while, at least probably until next summer, mainly because I want to gain more experience. Like, I'm just starting off on mindfulness, and if I'm going to give y'all suggestions, I want to be able to be like, well, I've done this for like a year and this is how it's helped me and this is the benefits that I can for sure say. Like, I don't want to just regurgitate things I've heard. I want to really experience it myself, and then because of that, I think I'll be able to be a more reliable source for y'all. And so I really want to say accurate and true to what I know information, and I don't just want to tell y'all what I've heard like from other people. And so this is why after this video I'm going to stop doing mindfulness stuff for a while and then just go into I think we have 3 more scrapbooking videos left, 3 or 2 more scrapbooking videos left, and then after that it'll basically journaling. It'll basically be journaling, college advice, and self-care stuff. That's going to be like the main focus of my channel after that. So we're really getting into like me honing like exactly what I want to be talking about for probably about a year to come. So a lot of fun stuff coming up, guys, and thank y'all so much for joining me on this last mindfulness video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to start a mindfulness journal. Starting a mindfulness journal, some of the tips are pretty similar to what I had been saying before about just starting a journal in general. Number 1, you need to at least do it daily. Try to journal daily, okay? You want to be doing this every day so that you can perfect the practice of mindfulness. And of course, all you need to journal is a journal and a pen. At this point, you don't even really need a journal and a pen. You could just use there's apps that are like journaling apps if you don't want to get a journal or you can't afford it for some reason, or anything that would cause you to not be able to do with journaling with like a book and a pen. I prefer it that way. It just seems more like, I just like the idea of having like a tangible thing that you have. But if you don't want to do that, of course. So what will you be journaling about in a mindfulness journal? Basically, what you want to do is reflect on small details and things throughout your day, things that you noticed, and you want to really go into great detail about something, and kind of just reflect on it and with all 5 of your senses and just go into great details. So like, for example, today you drove to work and you noticed something. Maybe you just notice like a clearing, in, like, you know, when you're driving and you see like the sun come down through like the trees, and you just like see this like one bright spot. Maybe you really notice that. You want to just go, whatever it is, something small, doesn't have to be driving or whatever, just something small you notice in your day. You just want to go into extreme detail about it. That's one good way to do mindfulness journaling daily. Another thing is that kind of goes into a more introspection, is to write down what you notice your mind wanders to throughout the day. Whether this be like you constantly are thinking about some goal you have in the future, just like notice like what is occurring in your thoughts, and you want to write that down and kind of keep track of how much certain things are brought to your mind. By writing it down and acknowledging it, you're already like probably gonna feel better. So that's a good thing to do. And also just be really purposeful what you want to write. Like, when you go in there, don't just be like, all right, what am I like? No, okay, today I'm going to write about something small I noticed. Today I'm going to write about how my mind wanders. Today I'm going to write about etc. And it's one thing about when mindfulness journaling is you really want to make sure that you are focusing on the task at hand and that your brain isn't going 20 different directions. But if it does, that's fine. It's totally natural. Acknowledge it. Be like, okay, right now my thought is wandering. That's fine because that's my brain thinking, and then try to shut it down. That's a great way to kind of get back into a single-minded focus of what you're writing about. Another good thing is that when you're starting off, you might want to just free write. So just write whatever comes to mind and just keep going for like 2-3 minutes, and that will help you just kind of clear your mind and so that you can focus on a single task. Okay, so I have 2 additional suggestions about ways that you can mindfulness journal. The first one is something that I was going to talk about in like a separate video, but I realized I can kind of just put it into this video and get the same information out to y'all. So the first thing you might want to do is do a guided mindfulness journal. This is one of my favorite journals ever. First of all, look at it. It's packed with fun. Like, just look at this thing. It is literally packed with like so much stuff. It's called a flow book, and it's called a book that takes its time, an unhurried adventure in creative mindfulness. So if you don't know exactly what you want to do, this is a great book that gives you like a journal, like a guided way and guided like path into mindfulness, and it's so much fun. Like, literally, this is like, look how cute it is. Like, it's so much fun. I love this book. And the Flow, they have like magazines and everything, and they're like huge into promoting mindfulness and like creating really fun ways for people to practice it. And you can get this at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, wherever. I'll put the link in my description box, but this is a great way to practice mindfulness with guided mindfulness journals. This one's a little bit expensive, but there's others. If that's too expensive for you, there's tons of others online that are like one smaller. This one's like a thick book. They're smaller than this and still super fun, but highly recommend this book. Super awesome. They have like different in it. They have all different types of things. So it's filled with 2 journals, 16 postcards, 40 stickers, 40 punch outs, posters, fill-in lists, and dozens of other hidden treasures. And it is just adorable. Like, it gives you like some read, and then it'll be like, okay, now do this activity, and it's just so much fun, and I highly recommend this. The second thing you can do to practice mindfulness, if you don't just want to do like a general mindfulness journal, is to do gratitude journaling. And gratitude journaling is really awesome. It's one of the things that I do, and just a quick few tips about gratitude journaling. Number 1, make sure you don't have to necessarily do that every day, but if you can do it every day, great. If you can't, just try to do it at least 4 times a week. And the second thing about gratitude journaling is you want to make sure that you aren't just talking about the same things like forever. So like, it's great to be like, oh, I love my mom, oh, I love my family, and talk about that, and go into, make sure you're always going into extreme detail, not just, oh, I'm thankful for my mom. Well, yes, that's awesome, but you want to be specific about what in the day, like that specific day, like, oh, I'm thankful that my mom came upstairs and gave me a hug because she knew that I was stressed out, and she can just tell these things. You want to be more specific like that. But either way, you don't want to just continuously talk about the same things. You also want to try to think of things in different perspectives. Like, maybe you didn't think about how you're actually thankful that you live in a certain state, because when you're driving you always get to see beautiful trees or something like that. You want to just think about things in different perspectives, and that way your journal becomes more introspective, more thoughtful, and you want to just go beyond just surface level and go into things that you might just take for granted that you're thankful for. I think that is it, guys. This is basically just me telling y'all how to mindfulness journal, which is a great way to practice mindfulness daily. And I think that's it. And so this would be the conclusion of my Mindfulness Mondays journey. I know, it's so sad. No. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And if you need anything, you know why you'll be fine? Because if you have questions or you need anything, just contact me. Leave a comment on one of my videos. I think that's the best way to contact me. Or you can DM me on my Instagram, which is also in the description box. And if you need any help, I'll help you. Just ask me questions. I'll give you whatever answers I can. And if I don't know it, I'll refer you to a book or something that does, or I'll learn it for you and then I'll tell you. But either way, this is it, guys. This is it for Mindfulness Mondays. For probably about a year, because I really, really want to learn about mindfulness for myself and give what I know for myself to y'all. I feel like that's more authentic. I feel like it's more accurate, and I don't want to just be giving out information and then being like, yes, I read that somewhere. Like, I want to be able to be like, yeah, I know this because I practiced this for like a year. And yeah, so it's only been like a few months that I've been doing mindfulness stuff, and I think it's really good. But I've also just been doing a lot of things akin to mindfulness like since the beginning of high school. So, but I haven't really thought of it that way. So I really want to like frame my mind like, oh, this is mindfulness stuff, and see how that affects me. Oh God, I sound like I was about to cry. I wasn't. I think I was just taking a deep breath and it came out sad. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Scrapbooking Thursday is coming up, guys. It's all coming up. And so be excited for that. And I think this next one is going to be my like senior year, like the end of senior year stuff. So it's super exciting, and I think y'all like it, and it'll be an explanation video, I'm pretty sure. So thanks, guys. Much love. Goodbye. Farewell. I need to leave. Goodbye.